Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic, and welcome to this deep woo-woo episode. Tonight is the first of many, hopefully, Galactic Tarot with Ashley. You can find her work here on Instagram at sage.ism and also here on YouTube at Ashley Sage Esoterics. Ashley, welcome to the Beyond Mystic audience.
Thank you for having me. This is going to be so exciting.
I'm very excited to have you on. You and I have been talking about this for a while now, and so it's all coming to fruition, and universe is guiding us so gently into this path here during 2021. What a crazy, crazy year it's been. Ashley, thank you so much for saying yes, first of all, for the invitation and sharing some of your amazing gifts here with the Beyond Mystic audience. And thank you, everyone, for joining us here tonight on this live interactive show. We'll be taking your questions here. We're going to be doing an interactive galactic style tarot reading with you guys, and we'll explain in a little bit what that is. So anyways, put your questions in high caps if you have any in the chat, and of course we do accept the tips. That does keep us going, and we'll be checking in on the PayPal tip jar here as we go. But before we do that, Ashley, as it is your first time here on the show, I'm going to ask you the first time guest question on my show, and it goes like this: how did universe conspire to bring you to the work you're doing today?
Oh my goodness gracious. What big question. This has always been something I'm into, right? I was always that like kid who was making, potions in my mom's backyard, like using her herbs, all that stuff, this little weird kid collecting rocks and stuff. And as I got older, it just got more intense, and I started seeing like energies, would see elementals, I'd see people would pass, all that stuff. Didn't really know how to take it, kind of turned it off. And then I met Janine. So when me and Janine worked together at a specific spot years ago, we just clicked. It was like friends at first sight. It was amazing. And she actually forced me to really get into the spirituality part I think it was about 21. So really get into my spirituality and just guided me full force into tarot, into getting in touch with your spiritual part, into connecting with the elements. She loves earth elements, so she got me connected to earth elements, and then it just took off. And here we are years later. Janine's keeping the high vibes up on the internet, and I kind of just took over reading tarot for everybody and making sure everybody's connected spiritually. It's been kind of a whirlwind, but I love it.
2021 has been a whirlwind for a lot of people. We were all called to action in different ways. Let me backtrack a little bit here to your childhood too. I'm always curious with my guests if they had any visitations, maybe thoughts of maybe people coming up in your bedroom at night. Did you see things in the sky? Were you drawn to look at the stars as a kid? Because I know we're going to be diving into more galactic type topics here tonight. So I'm curious where that started for you.
Well, starting from a very young age, we grew up in a haunted house. Our house was haunted growing up. You can ask anyone who stayed there. There was stuff that happened. So we would see stuff all the time, and they were usually ghosts who were left or spirits who were left. That's pretty much what a ghost is. Spirits who's left on the earth plane and just has an energy imprint and doesn't really know where to go once the body is passed. So I've seen so much stuff. Also, my parents have seen stuff, and my mother, my sisters, my brother, we've all seen stuff like that. So it was just, I kind of ran with it. I made it okay, so I just took off with it. And so seeing spirits was normal. At a very young age, I started seeing my grandparents who had passed away. They would kind of visit me, just in a light orb, nothing like super physical. And then, would always see stuff in the sky. People would say it was satellites, but I never believed there was that many satellites up there. So they were definitely some kind of UFO. What else? I was always intrigued with fairies. They were always my thing. And then when I really got into spirituality after I'd met Janine into about my mid-20s, I started seeing everything. Things moved in the house. My mirrors shake. I see like people out of the corner of my eye, It's kind of like, I call it my third eye.
Right.
Pretty much it's your soul eye. So I see things, but they're not really there. It's not like they're full figure, like I could go out and touch them, but they're there, but they're not. So you know exactly what they look like.
Wow.
So I've been seeing stuff for quite a while. Yeah.
And how were your parents with all of this, or your family members? Did they think you were kind of like the black sheep of the family? Did they entertain you? Did you support you in that? How'd that work out for you?
we all kind of supported each other with it, especially because we would have family gatherings where we would talk about what we've seen, especially on my dad's side. They lived in a haunted house and they have some stories, that's for sure. That was pretty cool. My mom was really into it. Her grandfather, so my great grandfather, was actually a partial medium, so he could kind of predict things, occasions, events, and stuff like that. So I guess you could say it's genetic in a way. And yeah, they were pretty supportive. You know, we don't really talk about it too much anymore. I mainly keep the conversations going because it's my life, so I keep it going because the more you talk about it, the more you sit in it, the stronger it gets. It's amazing.
Right.
Yeah,
you're getting a lot of people saying, "Wow, that's fascinating" in the chat. So yes, absolutely, that's all fascinating.
Right?
I'm perusing your YouTube channel here, and as we were prepping for the show, I noticed you make a lot of these cool concoctions and potions and stuff. And you just mentioned you had a mediumship in your family. I'm curious, do you also hear from the dead? Are you connected to that at all?
I can when I choose to, right? Before it used to just come out of nowhere, and I kind of put business hours is what I call it on connecting with those kind of energies. And I'll connect with certain ones. I mainly connect with the soul, your soul. But if somebody's coming through, we can definitely go and check on them. If anybody's passed away, they'll make themselves present. I'll usually hear or smell them, see what they look like, and make sure I'm talking about the right person when I'm channeling.
Okay. You're kind of like me, because I was hearing voices maybe 12 years ago now, and it was freaking the F out of me. I was like, I didn't like it at all. So I made a deal with them, like, listen, guys, this is not the work I want to do. If it's urgent, I'm the only guy, okay, give me a warning. But apart from that, it's me the fuck out.
Yeah, I call it the working hours. So I tell them, like, you can't talk to me between this time and this time because I'm sleeping. Right. I want to get like a nice sleep.
That's good. Yeah, you can make contracts. I love that. And maybe we can dive into that a little bit later on in the show. First, I want to thank Janine here also for being so kind to let us simulcast on her Sending Ravens channel as well. She wanted to be able to promote you as best we can. So guys, if you're watching there on Sending Ravens, please come over here to, let me bring this back up, Ashley Sage Esoteric here on YouTube, and subscribe to her channel. There's a lot there. And I'm guessing there's going to be more and more content here very soon. Ashley, explain that. Explain the new dive here into your new website also, and what's coming up here very shortly.
Yes. So new website coming up. I've been working on it for a while. I kind of get stagnant. I get kind of just out of my flow with it. And I'm working with a web designer, so she's great. And it's going to have a better booking option. That it books on specific time zones for every country, because right now I can't book on separate time zones, so you kind of have to guess what your time zone is. So I always ask to Google just to make sure. So that's going to be great. It's going to explain a bunch of stuff, and it's going to have one of my favorites, my friends and family section. So it's people that I know, intuitives that I know that I've been working with my whole life, or who I've become in contact with, who do other things. They connect with astrology, or they connect higher into the elemental realm, or they go into like mediumship, health, different stuff that I'm not full force into. I can get into lots of stuff, but there's a lot of people out there that's really specialized on specific things. So I'm really excited about that, linking our communities together.
Wow, cool. Okay. And for the people who want to book with you, how far are you away from launching this website where people can actually go online, select the date and the time? How far are you away from launching that?
It should be up and running at least by next week is what I'm hoping. Currently right now, linked to my YouTube and to the Instagram, there's my Vagaro booking site. So you can go on there. It's not as easy to book on. It's been okay. I love it, but I want something that's definitely better. So if you click on that Linktree link, it takes you to my booking option. It also links to you to my YouTube and to my PayPal.
Okay, let me bring that one in the live stream for the audience as well for now. And I'll add this link also to the description box below. And what we can do actually, as soon as you're ready with the booking website, we'll do another episode, or let me know and I'll update the audience here, and we'll get you all set up with that. But that's absolutely cool. All right. Where do we start? You've been talking about elementals and fairies here. So I guess I got a personal question. I'll be the first one to ask you a question here.
Go ahead.
A couple of years ago, Joe, Dave, and I were doing this treasure hunting trip in New Mexico. And we quickly understood that it wasn't just about the gold and silver. There was a big spiritual component to it. And one of those components was the wounded warriors there in the region. There's also the Trinity site, which is very close to us. So there's a lot of healing that needs to happen in this land of enchantment. And we were, 4 of us, producing this healing ceremony on the mountain in a very sacred spot. And just at the climax of this energy of this ceremony, we had a sylph basically come over us. It looks exactly like a fairy, a female body, wings, but it looks like it was made of chrome, like metallic chrome. And so as we described that to one of the medicine women that was working with us, she kind of looked at us and was like, "You guys called in a sylph?" And she was kind of like, "But you're white." And of course, she didn't mean that in a derogatory way, but she just meant like, "Oh no, we guard the mountain here. You were in contact with them, but they usually don't show themselves to like tourists, basically, right?" And so they were very intrigued that we were able to hit that frequency. So I wanted you to pull some cards and see what that was, what perhaps the message was for us, the participants, as we are getting closer and closer to maybe going through that veil between humans and our ancient connections with the elementals. So let's get
I love it. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's check this out.
All right. Stacy Crampton says, "Oh, I love this." Oh yeah, me too. I think we're gonna have some cool conversations.
Right? Some of the weird stuff, which I love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to pick the pile or do you want me to? 1, 2, 3.
3. Oh, I'm a 3 guy. Definitely. And Val77 says, "I love watching your deep dives with Janine." Yeah, so guys, go check that out. Those are really cool with Ashley.
We have a little too much fun sometimes on those deep dives.
Yeah, I know. You guys are gonna get in trouble, I think. You gotta watch the words.
Right? I'm surprised we haven't yet, which is quite interesting, but whatever, we'll ride it out.
Yeah.
All right, so this was definitely a sylph. It's amazing. So it's interesting that we have the devil right next to the sun. So the experience was bedeviling, right? It's very different. Was that one of the first things you had ever seen?
First time I've ever seen that. Let me bring it up for the imagery here. Now here they're showing the typical kind of fairy kind of imagery. But if you look at this one, let me bring this one up. It was a little bit more, I want to say ghostly, but from our perspective, it was shiny, like chrome, or like it was like chrome. I'd have to say and it sounded like a metallic object. And I can't reproduce the sound, but it kind of like anyways. So it came to us. Yeah, actually, that's pretty close to it. Yeah, anyways, it came out of nowhere, stood atop us for maybe, I don't know, a few seconds, and then just bolted out. And we were all dumbfounded for
I love it.
Minutes.
It was definitely something that needed to happen because we have judgment in between here. Here, I'll show you this one. We got the judgment in between. So it's definitely like, it was like, well, do I? And I was like, I'm totally going to do it. And made itself appear, which is amazing. Definitely coming with a message of peace, temperance. So it's, you know, getting into that peace, that love, that balance, which probably was a quite opening experience for all of you guys, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have the strength card with the 8. So it started a journey for you. So did that definitely kind of open up something for you?
For all of us. For all of us there, it was a transformational moment. Not only because there was an apparition. I mean, we all saw it, we all hear it. We're like, fuck, are we crazy? No, we all saw it. Like, we all saw it. Nobody's smoking anything here. But at the same time, it was recognition that, so here we were producing some healing energy to heal the mountain and to heal the wounded warriors that are trapped in this mountain. So a lot of these places around New Mexico are places where the Spanish and some older civilizations have hidden gold and silver, and they were using the natives there as slaves. And when they were done hiding it, they would kill the slaves and put them into the burials with the gold and silver. So all of this energy there is in that mountain. And so a lot of the tribes that are around there are still paying homage to those spirits that are holding that energy in the mountains. So anyways, that's why we felt guided to do this ceremony there, because on one hand, we're called to find the gold and silver and to make reparations for a lot of those local tribes there, but we knew there was something more for humanity as well. And this is where maybe a supplemental question for the cards. You said it was a message of peace. I'm interested in that, because that's the whole part of this healing session. It was to be able to reopen those communications, perhaps with Inner Earth also. Explain, okay, before you pull cards,
Okay.
Why, in your view, is Inner Earth now and the elementals so far away from communicating with us? What happened to us, the surface humans, in order to essentially break that relationship and drive them away? Explain that for the audience first.
Okay, this goes back forever ago. This is a long time ago. So we used to share the Earth plane together. So what we saw in movies about dragons and unicorns and fairies all living together with humans totally happened. It's real. It actually happened. But it's been washed and washed and washed away because there was so much dark magic. There's light magic and there's dark magic. And the dark magic is what we're fighting right now. We've been fighting it for a long time, longer than we think. So at the beginning, you know, we all coexisted. We all lived our beautiful lives here on Earth, had fun, great times. And then the dark came in and started manipulating, using the fairies and the unicorns and the dragons, all that stuff for their evil wishes, right? Trying to get them to do stuff. And that takes a lot of energy, right? To change something that's inherently pure love into something that's going to do some evil doings or evil biddings, whatever we want to call it. So when that started happening, the elementals decided to leave. They're still here. They still want to work with us. They still want us to like do good and be good, but they're just not physically here. A lot of the fairy energy is still here, but we don't see it as often, right? That's why they like to say it's malicious and to not work with it because it's dangerous, or like you're not going to get into it. Or there's like bad fairies and good fairies. No, there's not. There's only good ones. The bad ones are ones that have been manipulated or shadowed. It's a bad spirit looking like a fairy or looking like a dragon.
Oh, the manipulation again. Oh, yeah.
It's almost like shape-shifting.
Right. Let me bring that imagery again here up for the audience. Anyways, I had never heard of the sylph, and up until the medicine woman told us that term, I had known of the fairy version of it. And again, it didn't look exactly like this. Here it looks more like the fairy typical stuff we would see in Walt Disney and some of the movies. But it seemed, again, more etheric and metallic combined. Very hard to express it, because all of us saw it and we all came out like, was it metallic? Like we all had that same kind of taste, feeling about it. It was just, but one thing we knew, and perhaps here we can ask the question, in that specific message, if we can decode that a little bit more, we understood that in that sound, for whatever seconds it was there, it transmitted like a huge data packet of information. And this is now 4 or 5 years ago, and we're still unlocking it. So although we started on that path and it moved us profoundly to be more, I guess, compassionate to human, I think that was the big message there. All of us, we needed to get into that frequency. There was more there in Decode. And Sarah, who was there on the mountain with us, maybe a month after, she had a subsequent vision here, now back in Canada, which was connected to this. And basically, they took her through the wall of the mountain. So it's basically like, you'll see the mountain, but it wasn't the mountain. It was just a force field. And they kind of just like walked through it. And they gave her a box. And they said, this is for Joe and JC. They specifically said Joe and JC. And she didn't know what was in the box. It wasn't for her to open. But she was so happy to be there talking to all of these people outside the wall. They told her, listen, if you don't go now, very soon your frequency is going to match this one and you won't be able to go back on the other side of the wall. And so she came back on the other side of the wall to come back with us here. But she was like, wow, what was that? Why was she called? And what's in that box? That would be my next question for your card.
Okay. And this is Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh, jumping out.
Jumping out. That's a big question. Look at that. All right. Let's see.
So let me bring the frequency of Sarah here on the screen. This is Sarah on a rock portal formation, and you can see there's a lot of weird lights here, or violet flames dancing. But anyway, she's doing a meditation there with a rose quartz Merkaba, ostensibly connecting to some of these sacred sites we were on. So let's see what the cards have to say about that. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to pick, or do you want me to pick?
I'll let you pick this time.
Okay.
Oh, Ronnie's asking for the tip jar. Sorry, guys, I forgot to put it back on. There you go. There you go. And we'll get the PayPal next. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Okay. When he handed her this box, it was like, was it actual, like a physical box? Does she still have it? Or did it kind of like it was an energetic thing?
Energetic. Yeah. So this is like in a vision. She was brought there. So she was holding something. But when she came back through that wall, she didn't have it with her. It was like a memory of the box. Yeah.
Because she's bummed out. She couldn't actually keep the box. Right?
Yeah. Because she wanted to give it to us. Right. Because they told her, oh, this box is for Joe and JC.
Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, she thought for sure it was going to be a little bit more physical because we have the 9 here. Definitely thought it was going to be a little bit more physical, but I think in turn, the physical changes that happened to your guys' bodies then at that time was more important than anything you guys could have picked up, like any type of souvenir, any type of gift, anything like that. So it was definitely like a spiritual awakening that you guys got because we have this 2 in the future. So it was like it changed your vibrations completely.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
For sure. Oh, yeah.
And then we have this 9 of Wands and the 9, or the King of Wands and the 10 of Cups. Do you guys do work together?
Yes.
It was like you guys had to do that all together just to clear that vibration. And then you guys have this interesting like work that you all kind of do together, whether you do it physically, but you also do it energetically on a different plane of existence. It's kind of fascinating. There's deeper levels to this than I think.
You're tapping into really cool stuff which we have. Well, for the most part, we haven't really shared here on my YouTube channel. Sarah's pretty shy on that, but yeah, you're tapping into something absolutely that's fascinating. Okay,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's get to our PayPal tip jar. First question here is from Laura Wild, and she's asking, okay, what planetary group am I from?
Oof. This is a big question, and I get this a lot. And sometimes it's a little hard to get because there's over, 300 types of planetary existences, or let's call them off-worlder type of existence on Earth. So sometimes it's a little hard to get, but let's see where we can get you from.
Yeah, Torres says, JC, the box is imprinted on her energy field. Asked to be transferred to you. Work with Sarah. Interesting. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. But I think also the box has something to do with the site in New Mexico. We've had other psychics and remote viewers tell us about this cube thing that looks like the Tesseract if you follow the Avengers. And so there's a technology there. So it could be that's what she was holding that is eventually for us here at some point when we break into this. And I say break into not in the physical way, but in the energetic way. We know it's an energetic key and not necessarily drilling and going through rock. Anyways, it's a whole other show.
That's a big one for sure. And there are definitely like certain epicenters all around the world, whether you think you're in one or not. There's a couple here in actually Canada they have hidden that have such a huge energy imprint that we haven't tapped into yet and that we can access. They're on energy, like a nice energy grid because it's all mathematical.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. So this was for Sarah, yeah?
Yeah. Wait. No, this is for Laura Wild. And Laura? She was asking, yeah. So, okay, sorry. Let me bring that back up. Just so you can read it here. What plant group am I from? What planetary group am I from?
Okay. So we have the 9 of Wands and this 5 here. I need Sarah to get into a little bit more of a meditative state just to calm her mind a little bit, because you have some very important gifts coming. We have the 2 in the past, but I love this Ace of Wands. 1, they want you to know this, that there are some big gifts coming your way. And I have a feeling you have very, very old earth energy. I'm the same. I come from a very, very old colony on Earth, and we only know about, I don't know, there's Lemuria and Atlantis and stuff like that. Those are the only ones we know about. There's a whole bunch of other ones that started the existence on Earth, and I'm part of that. So I have a feeling you are too, which is kind of cool. But yes, definitely get a little bit more into your spirituality. Do a couple more meditations, 2-3 minutes a day. That's all.
Okay, Laura.
Very exciting.
There you go, Laura. That's for you. Thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate that one. And the next one was, let me see if I can bring it. It's another Sarah King. Wait, let me see if you guys can see that. Okay, hello. Love you all. What connection do my twin sister and I have to a blue star or blue light? And is there a connection with the blue light to Orion? Thank you. Sarah King. Do you want to tackle that in 2 questions? How do you want to? What do you think?
Let's see what their connection is first, and then they'll probably give us what the like what it is.
Okay. Sarah King.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. So hopefully she's had this connection. I believe she's had this connection for quite a while, which is awesome, which is good. Because we got the 10 of Pentacles here. So you and your sister have been seeing this for quite a while, which is quite amazing. You're looking for too much of a physical reaction from it. I want you guys to really feel. This is one of the big things I want people to really realize is, instead of trying to physically see the spiritual part of it, I want you to feel it in our gut center, not your hearts. That's how we love and receive. Our gut center is how we connect to earth and like to spirit energy as well. So I want you guys to connect pretty hard to this, because you guys have some ancient connections to this. I'm not quite sure what it is. But we have this Emperor and the Empress, which is quite fascinating. I have a feeling you guys are connected to a really big planet. I don't think this is just Orion. This is a big planetary energy, and those are your like guides coming in to remind you guys of how powerful you are.
Okay.
It's pretty intense. Yeah.
Was there a second part to that question? Let me see here. Yeah, okay, so Orion or the planet. Okay, you're dead on. Okay. Is there more cards? Do you have more to?
Well, I pulled the Magician and then the Queen of Cups. So I definitely want them to get more into that joy center, the stomach chakras, whatever you want to call it. That is where we feel and connect. And if you can feel in your like body what it's like to connect to this energy, then you can start visualizing it. We need to connect physically first before we can see and hear.
Right. Oh, that's great advice. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Makes it a lot easier than trying to really see it in person. That's so hard.
Yeah, for sure. For most of us, we're lucky when we see it from our peripheral vision, but straight on, that's a whole.
It's so exciting when that does happen. I love it.
Absolutely. Okay, let me see if I can find, refresh the screen here. In the meantime, oh, it kicked me out. In the meantime, let's get into dragons a little bit. I know you have this connection and fascination with dragons. So explain the concept here again of how we used to live with them, and perhaps how close we are to reconnecting with that energy as well.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so when I first started, this was a couple years ago. Very into everything else, but I was like, dragons, really? Right? Kind of like Janine with the angels. I knew angels existed. I had seen my angel like quite often, but I was very unsure of like dragons and fairies. And I went to this meditation with my friend Julia, and she brought me to my friend Carrie, who is currently a really good friend of mine. We chat all the time. We were actually just chatting before I came in. She was pumping my tires. But she connects to the fairy energy, the elementals, the dragons, and she got me in touch with it. And it was so clear in this meditation that she did that it rocked me. I was just like, okay, it's real. This stuff is real. And then she started connecting and helping me understand what it meant to be connected to the elementals, working with the fairy energy, working with the dragon energy, and just how powerful they are, how magical they are, and how much they do want to help us. And everybody has a dragon guide who can come in and help us. You do a little bit of a meditation, you figure out what dragon it is, and then you can call on it. They're there to help you. They want you to excel and be better, and be more connected to the elements and be more connected to your spirit. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty cool.
I met this medicine woman in Western Canada, that's all I say. And in some events that she was in, when she was calling in her dragon energies, the clouds literally reshaped themselves as dragons. And we're like, are we smoking something? Like this woman was, no, it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's totally real. And yeah, I see it often. I'll see dragons in the clouds often. I connect with them as often as I can remember. I've been actually really bad about connecting. I was doing a meditation yesterday though and connected to my dragon, so that was pretty cool. Forgot how cool it was to connect to that energy, and so yeah.
Fascinating. Okay, why don't I try this one here? Energetically speaking, I'll bring this question on the screen and I'll have you read it just to tune into the energy. I'm having trouble myself. So let's see how you see this question popping up in your field here.
Okay, the universe keeps playing a certain song through live music from my boyfriend. Oh, okay. And I am always there when, okay, a body of water. Interesting.
So what's the message? So much love to you
the
both.
Music
and
just a specific song. That's interesting. And near water. Okay. Water is really healing. So it's really good to be next to water. It'll wash away a lot of negativity. So it's good to be connected to water, which is awesome. But let's see where that song is connected to.
And it's also an antenna. When we go to New Mexico and we do this work, when we get into the hot springs, the natural hot springs there too, everything spiritually is just like accelerates tenfold. Like in the water, it's just amazing. It's like a big magnet.
Like high mineralized water and like a pool, not as cool. River water, ocean water, high mineralized water connects to your body. Oof, intense.
Absolutely. Okay. Danielle Latouche. Okay. Playing a certain song through live music for my boyfriend and I, and it is always when we are by a body of water such as the ocean or river. What's the message for us? It's a really cool question.
Right? It's got a lot of layers. I like it. Okay. All right, so we've got a couple things going on, and actually this is quite interesting. Depending on the message of the song, it's kind of like a guiding, so music is like a guidance thing. I know me and Janine have done our Deep Dive Fridays and kind of exposed to music industry, but this feels like the message of the song actually is keeping you guys grounded or connected, or it really sparks something inside you guys, especially next to water. To recharging your soul, recharging your energy. It's definitely connecting you guys to something, and it's up to you guys to figure out what you want to connect to, because we have this 7 and the 2. So there's a couple reasons it keeps coming on. I also have a feeling it's somebody's guide, because we have the High Priestess in the back. It's like somebody's guide or somebody's family member, but I'm pretty sure it's like a spirit guide who keeps putting this song on just for you guys to pay attention to how you feel and how you act around that water, and to that song, how it feels in your body. Once again, we're going back to that feeling energy, which is pretty cool, because we have this Queen of Pentacles. So it's almost like it's sparking something inside them, which I'm really intrigued about. I need to know what song this is now.
You just answered. It's on the screen. Danielle Latouche says the song is Can't Help Falling in Love.
Oh my God. Oh, I love it. Okay. And then we have this 3 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. I also have a feeling like you guys are going to do some really good work together. When I was laying it down, it doesn't really say in the cards, but I kind of got this message that you guys are doing some really good healing work with each other, whether it's together or whether it's with other people or whatever it is. I don't know, there's some kind of energy cleansing action going on between the two of them and their relationship, which is really good. So maintaining that spiritual connection would be great.
Wow. Okay.
I like it. Multiple layers.
That's fascinating. Okay. Somebody in the chat is saying, JC, you never answered my question yesterday. Dude, I try. Janine and I can't possibly answer all the questions that go through in the PayPal tip jar, the insider access pass, and the live chat. And of course, the live chat with Janine. We had like 9,000 people in chat yesterday. It was moving so fast. I couldn't pick up anything. So folks, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just doing my best I can to pick and choose some questions here and there and try to be fair to everyone. And this is why Janine and I give gifts back with the pyramids and all that during the shows, because we can't possibly get to all the questions. So we really appreciate it, guys. But you just got to understand, we can't. And if we did, it would be like a whole month show to answer all the questions that go through in one night. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, this next one here is from Tailored Wilderness. Okay, when I was young, I would lay in bed at night looking out at the stars. I would feel like I was being sucked up into one, but I would resist. What was this?
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. We'll pull some cards. I kind of know what this is already.
Okay.
We'll pull the cards in. What was her name again?
This is Tailored Wilderness, their nickname, I guess. Yeah, okay. I don't have an actual name. Yeah, so guys, if you have like a weird nickname in your PayPal, let us know when you sign your message, like the actual name of the person. It helps us connect with you while we're reading.
Yeah, just a little bit, even just knowing what your nickname is, because nicknames are still connected to us. So.
Yeah. Hey, Alex says, JC, you do great work. Thank you, man. I try. Not always easy, man. These live streams, especially when there's a lot of people in it, it's a wow. I try to do the multimedia and be attentive to my guests and to listen to everyone. But at a certain point, there's just so much bandwidth in my head. I just can't do it all.
It's a lot of work keeping up with emails and messages and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it was definitely positive energy, that's for sure. I think it definitely was scaring you because that's the resistance, right? We have the King of Cups in between. So there's a little bit of resistance to what that meant going up there. It's definitely forcing you, well, not forcing you, but wants you to get in touch with your spiritual energy. It's time for a nice little journey of the soul for sure.
Okay.
Take some action because these were definitely some spirit guides. This was your soul wanting to crave for more, which is everybody's journey. That anybody who's on this planet right now, we're all on the kind of same journey spiritually, right? Young, old, middle, whatever it is, we're all here to connect with that energy at a certain time, and now is the time, which is perfect. It's all, the veil is thin, we can get more information. I want her to do a guided meditation. You can find anything on YouTube. I've got a couple on my channel, just little, like somebody they want you to get really in touch with like your spirit guides.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a spirit.
Do you have a playlist for your guided meditations or no? No, not yet.
No, there's kind of scanners in there, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'll make a playlist.
Okay, that's awesome. Wow, that's fascinating. Yeah. I just thought about something too for her, for him or her, Tailored Wilderness. For some reason, I think it's a girl, but I don't know. They're saying, I'm feeling being sucked up into it. Now, I would love to know if you're being sucked up from the front or from the back. I've had a lot of these experiences actually where I'm pulled out of my body from the back. Have you ever had that feeling?
Only from the front, and I've slammed into my body more than I can count.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, so I'll do from the front. As a kid, I used to do astral travel, and I would come out from the front and then come back in from the front. This is somebody pulling me out, showing me something, and then putting me back in. And it's so weird. Like it happened for 5-6 years in a row, but it hasn't happened now in, I guess, 5-6 years. It's been quite a while. But anyways, I always wondered what that was. But you would know it would come on. It's like a huge magnet. And it was like, oh my God, it's pulling me out of my body. It's so weird.
So I pulled cards just to see. I wanted to double check, right? I always sometimes need to double check to make sure we're on the right track. But I got Judgment and the Hermit. So it was definitely some other higher power being like, you got to come here for 10 seconds.
Pretty much.
Right? And Janine was doing that Hermit reading with her Hermit card the other day. So I was like, woof, that was a creator pulling you out. Like, come here for a minute. We got to have a chat.
And you know what? It happened to me in a movie theater. And, you know, I know the onset of it. I feel my body. I'm like, oh, fuck, they're about to pull me out. You know, it's one of those. And this one here, I was like, I'm alone in a movie theater. I'm like, I'm going to get mugged. I'm not going to be in my body for a bit here. So anyways, so I went back in. I'm like, oh, okay. So if, whatever time had passed by, the movie's still playing and everybody didn't notice anything. But anyways, I was like freaked out. I was like, how long are you going to take me for? Like, this is dangerous. Anyways, I could tell you a whole bunch of stories of what happens there. But usually they show me people in different interactions. This one time I was pulled in, I'll share this experience. I was pulled in like this again, and I'm floating on a ceiling. So whatever's pulling me out is kind of holding me from the back, and I'm floating in a ceiling in a daycare. And I was watching this young boy play with little cars, and he was crying, and he was alone, like at one end of the daycare, and everybody else was over there. So he was just crying, and I was just looking at him. And when he was playing with his cards, suddenly you could tell, like, so right, he looks at me, and then he starts smiling. But then the two their daycare attendants, they walk in, and they also look. They look at him. He's looking up, so they look up, and they see me, and they go, ah! And then, of course, I woke back into my body. But that was weird. I don't know what that boy was talking about. It wasn't me. I know for sure it wasn't me. Like, I wasn't looking at myself in the past anyways. But I always wondered, what was the point of that one? It was kind of weird. Do you want to pull cards maybe?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Darcy sure says, this is great. Yeah, thank you. We're just sharing, having fun. Our first inaugural broadcast. We're kind of getting our sea legs here.
And actually, it's on 11/11, which is a big magical day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is a good, nice day to manifest and talk about magic. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, Dolores says, look at this. JC, I think you just explained experiences I have been having. Thank you. Somebody else is being pulled out in the same kind of direction. Wow.
I love it. All right. Do you want to pick 1, 2, or 3?
3.
Interesting. Okay. So we got the High Priestess and the 5 of Wands, which is quite interesting. So it's like you're definitely battling us. Why this kid? Why this kid? But we have the 6 of Cups in the past with this 9 of Swords. I feel like this kid is part of your soul family. So they brought you to him almost to like pump his. How long ago was this?
For 5 years. Let's say 5 years, give or take. It was before COVID and all that stuff. Like I said, I haven't been pulled out for at least 5 years. So let's say 2015, 16-ish.
Okay. I almost feel like you guys have a soul connection. Like you're part of a soul family. Like most of us are, right? But you guys have this interesting connection. I feel like you're going to end up meeting him in the future. Which is
weird.
Dude,
I just had this weird fucking, oh my God. Okay, as you're saying that, I'm getting somebody screaming in my ear. It's Carla's son. I don't know if you've watched this video, but okay, so Sherry Divman did work on this kid who, man, it's a long story, but anyways, he's connected to Alpha Centauri, and he had this huge Alpha Centauri message for the audience. I think it could have been him now. Anyway, somebody's screaming at me. Okay, I can't say more because Carla's not here. I gotta ask Carla. There's a weird story around all of this thing. That's absolutely wow.
Yeah, no, because with that the Fool card and then the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is under the High Priestess, which is quite interesting. It's like you guys have a definite connection, but I have a feeling you guys might end up working together.
Wow.
Which is strange, right? But kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So they were probably just like showing each other. And when we're younger, we can definitely feel our connection stronger, right? Like kids have no filters. They have no barricades to the spirit world. Like we do. As soon as we build them up, we got to break them down. Whereas the kids can just flow right into it. So he probably knew exactly who you were. Yeah, he was smiling. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, he was absolutely smiling and happy and not afraid at all. The teachers or the daycare people, they were freaking out, and it freaked me out because they were like, ah! I'm like, ah!
Like you can see me?
Yeah, Yeah, it was weird. And then as I woke back up or here in my body, I'm like, wait, were they freaking out at me or whatever was holding me from the back? Because I never see what's holding me up, right? Because I get pulled out and I just kind of like, it's like the hand of God just places me somewhere. Anyway, it's kind of weird. Okay. Denali Morgan. Okay, let's bring this one up here. Wait. Shoot, the live chat. I had a good question in live chat too. I'll come back to it if I find it. Let me get this one here back. Denali. Okay. Denali Morgan. Okay. Will my precious son get into medical school? He has always had a great connection to spirit and has the biggest heart of anyone I know. Interesting. Okay. Denali, thank you so much. And actually, I didn't ask you before the show. Do you do like gold, silver, crypto finances for people? Does that come up in a lot of your readings? Do you want to take some of those questions too?
Know it. Of course.
Like I know it. Okay. Yeah. The next one will be about that. All right.
Yeah, lots of intuitives, lots of readers will touch on finance because it can be kind of a tricky subject. Comes easily for me. I'm good. Yeah, it's one of those ones I'm good at.
Okay.
Oof, we got double aces. Yes, my dear. He will definitely get into medical school. Some type of medical school. I feel like it's going to look different when he gets in. This is interesting, but that could be part of the education system. Just the way the whole world is going to be changing over the next like 2-3 years, right?
Yeah.
The education system. But I'll show you 2 aces. Hard yes, right? But I definitely feel like he's going to end up bringing in some kind of intuitive energy into it. I would love to know if this is something he wants to get into, right? Kind of seems like he is kind of flipping with it, probably in bringing in like the medical part of it and then bringing in the intuitive part of it. He's probably quite more in touch than she let on. So he's just going to have to get in touch with that energy and then get in with the physical because it's going to come together. It's going to look very different though. It won't be like him going to Harvard Medical or anything like that. It'll be something quite different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been getting that actually a lot lately, that the school system is going to look different. It's not going to be like the way we grew up.
Yeah, Janine and I were talking about that quite a few times already because of everybody who's walking away now disillusioned by this healthcare situation that's going on and perhaps creating the new healthcare systems here on the planet. So yeah, there's a lot of work required there. Yeah. Julien says, Jean-Claude. It feels like she's going tisk, tisk, tisk. What did I do? Julien, what did I do? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Was it my shivers? Oh, wait. Just got shivers when JC said it may be Carla's son. Oh, yeah, I know. Hopefully she watches this. So I'll send it to her to see what she says. Hey, by the way, guys, Carla just sent me an email just before the show. Etsy put her shop on vacation because she's too busy, and apparently they're worried that it's a scam. So anyways, it could very well be right now if you're trying to buy a pyramid that for some reason the store is on lockdown. So she's addressing that right now, and of course it's just them doing their due diligence, making sure that this is all for real, and of course it is for real. They're real orders. So anyways, bear with us. I'll probably do another update show either later tonight or tomorrow. As soon as I get to talk to Carla here, we'll fix all of that up for you guys. Okay, Joseph Rocco, I know that name. Okay, let me see. So this is a financial question. Let me bring this one up. Okay, so what is he asking? Is there a reason I'm drawn to silver? I can actually smell it. I can walk into your house and find it by smell. That's so weird. Wow. Okay, weird. Yeah. Well, you said my words. Okay. When I go to estate sales, it calls. Wow. Or I'm drawn to it. Any reason? Okay. Joseph Rocco, connection to silver.
Love it.
Janine and I were pulling on this a couple of weeks ago too, that people are holding silver right now. For the most part, it's not about Lamborghinis and crap like that. It's about the abundance that is about to come and those people having roles to create the new earth. So what's up with Joe Rocco?
Right.
Mortega says, Ashley is so awesome. I agree.
Oh, thanks.
All the blue hearts. I love it.
Interesting. Okay. We have the Six of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. This is definitely like a power. I would just keep it as that pretty much. Because we have it like wants you to know you've been doing this for millennia. This isn't the first time you can sniff out silver, right? I love it. And then we have this Empress here in the center. They want you to be really generous with it, right? Find the real silver, because there's a lot of like pewter and like fakes and stuff like that. And that's going to be going forward. But it would just be to be generous with it going forward, instead of just, pretending it doesn't exist or not really helping people. You could even peruse through, I don't know, pretty much anything if you can smell it and figure it out. So we have the Two of Wands in the future, but we have this 9 and the 5 going forward. He's going to have a little bit of a battle, I think, this is like a couple months in the future, trying to figure out what it means to him. And I think he just needs to create his own style as to what it means. Does he want to be like a silver appraiser? Does he want to find good silver in antique stores? Does he want to go through wreckages and find silver? Does he find silver when he's out in nature, right? Can he find a silver mine?
Dude, Cliff High was, okay, listen to this. Cliff High is predicting that at some point in the future here, humans recognize that there are two different kinds of silver. And I forget the technical explanation here. And one is going to be extremely sought after, perhaps for all of this new electrics, the new technologies and all that. Yep. Is Joseph Rocco a guy that can sniff out whatever that different kind of silver is going to be? Yeah. Let's try to pull some cards on that. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, he'll be able to tell the difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Joe Rocco.
Yeah. So he might even know what that means to him right now. Picking out the difference, he'll probably be like, "Is this actually silver? Like, it smells different, but it smells the same." It's probably the two different types of silvers. They have two different types of frequencies.
Yeah,
right? Because everything has its own frequency. We have our own frequency, water, metals.
Yeah.
Frequency, right? So he can pick up on those different frequencies.
Yeah.
Superpower.
Dude, superhuman.
Yeah, man. I love it.
Okay, Julianne, I found your question in the PayPal tip jar. Question. I've been having, she's the one who's going tisk, tisk, tisk. I have to ask her a question. Okay. I have been having some really intense dreams about the world situation. What does my next year look like? Thanks a lot, JC and Ashley.
Okay. Let's see what her 2022, what she has to be concerned about or focus on. Let's see what she has to focus on.
Okay. And then we'll go to Jacqueline. She's asking about crypto. So we'll do silver and we'll do one crypto. Okay, that's cool. Jay Rocco's in the chat. He says, "Thank you. I'll be here all week." Yeah, it's like a magic trick, like a parlor trick. Hey, sniff out the silver.
I feel like he'll probably be able to use that going forward. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just figure out what it means to him and what he wants to do with it. Does he have to use it all the time? No. Does he? Would it be fun? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have the 7 of Wands and this 8 of Cups coming up. Definitely having some conflicting energies about where to go, which is totally true. That's with the vibration change of the earth with humans. I don't know if anybody pays attention to the Schumann resonance, but it's been going off the charts lately.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much the heartbeat of earth. So the earth energy is changing along with all of us included, along with the atmosphere and all this stuff. So it kind of feels like she might be flip-flopping with that. We have this Knight of Pentacles with the King of Wands in the future. You need to get really inspired. And this is the hard part for most humans. Yes, Schumann resonance. Yay, that's my favorite. Finding inspiration as to what makes you happy and what guides you, what you want to do is the hard thing. We always think it should just magically appear. Whereas I give myself goals. I give myself things I need to accomplish. I have 3 art projects currently sitting in my living room so that I do them, so that I have time for me. But it definitely looks like she needs to get inspired, either creatively or spiritually, physically, and keep your body moving. Keeping our bodies moving right now is really important. Right?
Mhm.
And I think that'll be her big thing going forward in the future, just kind of combining what she wants to see her life as instead of worrying about what's going on. See how good it can be, right? Let's stay there. That's Janine's favorite thing, you know? Let's not entertain how scary it is. Let's move forward, right?
Yeah.
Give ourselves goals, physical goals, spiritual goals, creative goals. What do you want to accomplish? Who do you want to be?
Fake it till you make it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Exactly.
funnest thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Julien, nice question. Julien, nice question. Okay. Jacqueline, I think was the next one. Somebody's asking in the chat. Hold on. I just want to make sure this person doesn't think. Wait, where did he go? Man, it's scrolling by so fast. Layla, she says, am I blocked? No, I can see your text. Although there's like 4,000 people here, so if you texted earlier, I might have missed it. It's going by so fast. But no, I don't think you're blocked. I can see your text. Doing the best I can, again. Okay. Jacqueline, so let me bring this one back. Okay, this is a crypto question. So let's see if we can field this one here. Welcome, Ashley. Will my crypto adventure pay off bigly for me in the next 3 to 4 weeks? Okay, she's being precise. Much gratitude. Love, Jacqueline in Oklahoma. Next 3 to 4 weeks, crypto.
Okay.
Julianne says, wow, body moving totally. You're right on the mark on that one. Kimberly Park here with all the fairies. Love it. Layla's giving me a thumbs up. Yes, we can see you. Okay, you're still there. Hopefully I catch your question if you put it back in. But anyways, it's scrolling pretty fast, guys. Okay, let's get back to our meat and potatoes. Ashley, crypto, what was the time frame? 3 to 4 weeks. Will it pay off bigly?
In the next 3 weeks, we're definitely going to see a big change. I have a feeling our crypto is going to take a nice little dip, though, coming up. Because we've got the Magician and this moon here. Looks a little funny. But we've been seeing that little bit of a crash, a little bit of a fall market thing. You know, they're going to try to scare us a little bit coming up. So we might get a little bit of this, but we have the 2 and the 3 of Pentacles in the future. And especially because we're talking about such a close time frame. With this 2 and the 3, I definitely see like a profit within the next 3 weeks. It'll probably start going up. Got to give it a little bit of time. The universe has got its own agenda sometimes.
Fucking right.
Right? There's some certain things we can't control, and one of them is the timeline right now.
Yeah. What's that saying? God, man makes plans and God laughs, or something like that. I forget what it is, but anyways, yeah.
If we're like, this needs to happen by tomorrow, they're like, next week. Yeah.
Oh my God. JC, would you ask Ashley if the noises I'm hearing in the sky are galactic connections as well, please? Lily.
Ooh.
Cool. Somebody else was asking a question similar to that last night. I think from the Insider Access Pass. They were seeing there was something about noise and somebody else observing a craft for like the last few weeks, like just over their house. And Jenny's like, yeah, it's there.
Yeah. They've been they hide in the clouds. They have a shield. They're crazy like that. I love it.
Yeah. Wendy says, you're amazingly beautiful, Ashley. You rock.
Thank you. It's a little bit of everything. This is interesting. Because we've got the 5 of Cups with the 4 of Wands. It's definitely, I'm not afraid of them. So that's good. We have the Queen of Pentacles with the Lovers, though, in between and in the future. So it's quite interesting. It's kind of like somebody's trying to get your attention. Because we have this King of Wands or King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Somebody's trying to get your attention. And this could be spiritualized. This could be like off-worlders. This could be spirit guides. This could be angels. Could be a little bit of everything. So I would definitely start paying attention what you're talking about, how you feel, who you're around when you hear these noises, and what kind of state you are in when you hear them. Also, getting in touch with that. What does it mean to you?
And maybe take notes. So if it happens again, you can compare the feelings that you have, the tastes, with
100%.
yeah,
100%. That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a cool question. Okay. Gretchen says, "Oh my God, JC, I too had whole body shivers feeling when you said it was Carla's son." Yeah. I'm gonna have to tune in on that a little bit more later and see what.
Cool.
Layla, okay, I found her question. All right. Yes, you're not blocked. Okay, question. Wait, can I read this? Will we, the Star Trek peeps, ride our dragon ships again? Dude, that's a deep question. No wonder this channel is woo-woo. She's too woo for woo. I love it, Layla.
Great question. It.
Okay. Will we, the Star Trek peeps, ride our dragon ships again? Wow. I wonder if Layla has a blog or if she's a poet of sorts. She has a way to paint pictures. That's a crazy question. I love it.
Okay. We have the Four of Swords and the Magician with the Four Cups in between. Definitely what I think her vision isn't what it's going to look like. We can definitely connect with our dragons. Do we own them? No. Right? So we have to remember they don't belong to us. We work together. Right? Which is a big thing. We make magic together. We don't do it just for them. They don't do it just for us. We do it together. So riding them can be a thing. Our energies share each other. It's not a physical type of riding. It's like a energetic connection is how it goes.
Okay.
Right? So thinking of it as in like a super physical form, probably not going to happen. Is it going to happen on a very intensely spiritual level? 100%. We have to make sure we get to that spiritual level first. Right? Because as soon as all this stuff changes, if we're not fully connected to our spiritual energy and to the 5D change, nothing's going to make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As much as I would love everybody to wake up all at the same time, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? We all have to maintain that connection to the 5G and make sure we're there so that we can see, we can visualize, and we can change everything around.
Yeah. Energy first and the body will follow.
100%.
Mafalda, I guess is how you pronounce it. JC, can you please ask what's the holdup on meeting my divine partner? Thanks.
Oh my God. You and me both, my friend. What is
Like everybody's in the chat. Me too.
Yeah, right? Okay.
What the fuck?
There was actually, I'll say this before I read her cards and when she's going to meet this divine man. There was a timeline shift at the end of July, the beginning of August. I don't know if you felt it, JC, but there was a lot of stuff that was kind of on track. And then all of a sudden it slowed down and it just kind of hung out for a little bit. And I could feel it. I was like, what's going on? So I was like, something's changing. And I was like, oh, the universe is changing my time. I thought it was just for me, but it was actually kind of worldwide. There was a bunch of shifts that happened. I don't know if it was energetic shifts or the good taking over, some of the bad energy leaving, a big, like huge Schumann resonance, whatever was going on. But there was a huge timeline shift and a bunch of people were supposed to meet their like twin flames, soulmates, whatever you want to call it. I call it great loves.
We did a show on this, Solretta and I, in that time frame, and we were talking about exactly that. And somebody in the chat showed us a picture of the sun on that day or the day before we were doing the show, and the sun was doing something really weird in the sky. So there's like, it was all connected and we're all feeling like, what the hell just happened? It's like in Star Trek, you know, when they take a group of people, put them in the holodeck and then put them someplace else and they're like, what just happened?
Seriously, that's exactly what it was. I was like, it's the same, but it's different. It was good in a good thing, but they had to pull back a couple things just to make sure everybody's on the right track.
Yeah.
Frustrating, but okay, I get it.
Okay, so what's the holdup here for Mafalda? Baya Exira. Man, that's a hard name to spell for me. Oh, listen to this. Hold on a second. Susan says, I love your energy, Ashley. It's like the sunshine is so strong, the dark can't get near you. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Susan's amazing. Thank you, Susan.
Just explode my little baby heart. Okay. Okay. So we have the Lovers here with the King of Wands. This is interesting. Actually, fun thing. He's on his way, which is cool. I want you to write down, because we have a full moon coming up on the 20th. I think that's Saturday, next Saturday, and or Friday. One of the two. Write down a list, because we have this 8 and the 9 of swords in here. You're worrying too much that it's never going to happen. And if we worry too much that it's never going to happen, which we all do, it's completely fine. It's never going to happen. So instead of doing this worry, I want you to go and write down a list of qualities in a partner that you want. You know, spiritual, you know, financially stable, not a drug addict. I don't know what your qualities want to be, but like write them down. You can put a couple physical ones in there, but let's go soul based. What can you want? Like, what can you live for the rest of your life with, right? True partner. Write it down, because it's going to be coming out of the woodworks. Yeah. Set those intentions with that full moon, because we're coming up to a very powerful moon. It's one of me and Janine's favorite ones too. So it's powerful, powerful time to manifest. So leading up to this full moon, you can do it every day leading up to the full moon, and just celebrate and just know that it's coming. Just stay in that energy, and then it'll slowly come. Instead of worrying that it hasn't happened, just know that it's totally on its way. Just stay there. Even if it takes another month or two, you got it. We got this.
Got it.
Right?
Love it. We got it. Oh my God. Ashley, we're already in an hour, 6 minutes here. I forgot to ask you before the show how much time you wanted to spend here today.
I don't know.
Are we almost done? How's your energy level? Do you want to take maybe 1 or 2 more questions? How do you feel?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay, let me see if I can find something here in the live chat again, and then I'll go back to the PayPal tip jar at the end here. Okay. Let's see here. Scrolling by so fast. Hold on. It helps, guys, when you put them in high caps, because at least I can pause it there. Okay. Man, I had a cool one earlier. Who was it? I said I forgot something. Somebody was asking something. Siobhan. Siobhan was asking a question earlier. Man, if you're still in the chat, put it back. It was a good question. Okay, so I'll come back to you, Siobhan, if you're still in the chat. So let's go back to the, I guess, PayPal tip jar here. We'll pick another question. Let's see here. Hold on. I think it booted me out again. One of those things. Yeah, I have to log back in.
Technology. Yeah. It's doing it for everybody right now. I don't know why.
How are your bookings right now? Are you booked pretty solid for a while?
I'm pretty booked. I think I'm booked up until the end of December right now.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's a lot. There is a cancellation list. So if you email me, I throw you on the cancellation list. Even if you don't hear back from me, I put you on it early. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, interesting one. Oof, that's a tough one. Brooke Barlow, should I get the surgery on my stomach for weight reduction or for weight loss? I'm seriously having a hard time since menopause. Brooke. Body changes.
Okay.
And guys, if you can help me find that question from Siobhan. I see it. Wait, is that right now? Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to have you channel after maybe her deceased father, okay? So we'll come back to that one, Ashley. Okay, thank you, Siobhan. We'll get back to that. So, Brooke, surgery on my stomach for weight loss. I'm seriously having a hard time since menopause.
Okay, we have definitely double sevens. Definitely, you're weighing out the pros and cons, which I like. That's good. Keep doing that. See how you feel. I want you to wait a little bit longer just to see, also, given our current state of the world, you know, can you afford it? Do you want to be stuck in the hospital? Do you want to do all that stuff? Right? I don't know if it's, you can go to a private hospital, which is good, but we do have to start here. So it's not like anything bad can happen, right? So I don't want you to worry about anything about that, like what your body's going to look like, or if any of the complications will come up. Recovery is going to be a lot of work. So I want you to be gentle on your, like, on yourself, on your body, on your heart, on your soul when you're recovering, if you go into it. And then we have the Justice and the Judgment card. So I would definitely debate if the healing process would be worth it. And also, actually, as everybody's ascending into 5D, remineralizing yourself is actually going to be really important for your body function.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Wow.
Mineral water, making sure you have mineral substitutes, remineralized water. They're putting fluoride back in our water here in Alberta, which is a gong show. So I'm going to have to upgrade my water system so that I'm not absorbing it, because fluoride and chlorine take all the minerals out of your water and out of you. So even if you're drinking 8 glasses a day, you're getting none of it.
Oh man, it's insidious what they're doing. It's across the
Right?
board. Yeah. Okay.
So just take care of it myself. Okay.
Yep. All right. Minerals. Okay. Well, I had something else there, but it just dropped out of my frequency field. Interesting. Okay, it might come back. If it does, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Barlow. Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate that. Okay. Siobhan. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Siobhan.
Siobhan. Okay. Ashley, any chance you can get a message for me from my deceased father? I desperately want to connect.
Oh, okay. So we have 555s here, which is interesting. He's been trying to connect. So I don't know if this, like, you might not be able to fully hear it. We have to remember how they connect is through the smell. I usually smell cologne or cigarettes from when my ancestors come through, which is hilarious. And then also foods they like, music they like, stuff like that. That'll come through faster. But we have this 555 here. So it almost looks like you're trying to force it a little too much. I want you to calm your mind a little bit going forward, because we have this Queen of Pentacles and this King. So you're trying to connect a little too hard, or you're expending a little bit too much of your energy all over the place and not focusing on you. So it could be a little bit of both. So he wants to talk to you and you need to focus on you. Those are two important things, 2 important questions. And it looks like he does want to come in and he like connect to you and the family, which is interesting, but he really wants you guys to be able to like connect to this energy as well. I don't know if that's a thing in her family. I don't know if you guys were able to do that, but it's definitely like, it's completely doable for everybody. You just have to slowly slow your mind. Don't try to rush it too much. Don't try to visually see them. If they come in dreams, if they come in smell, if you can hear their voice, it feels like you're being hugged by them. All that stuff is your family members coming through from the other side.
Wow. And I wonder for Siobhan if there's like a little bird nipping at the windowsill or something.
Right? I feel like there's something. There's something there. And whether it's like something he liked or something they had in common. Sometimes it takes a little bit to click in. I might say this and a couple days later she'll be like, oh my God, you're totally right. So because it takes a while for your brain to really click into the signs, and then you're like, I see those all the time. That's usually.
Yeah. I love what sometimes I say stuff and people say no, and then they come back 10 minutes later. Well, there's that. That's exactly what I asked you. Just like your brain isn't like, no, it didn't connect yet, but that's what was going on. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man, Ashley, what a great first show. This was so fun. This
was so fun.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Do you want to pull maybe cards for the collective on our way out here? Is there specific questions you feel we should ask the universe here for the audience? I'll leave it up to you. What's your gut feeling telling you?
Let's see what they want the audience to know.
Okay.
Let's see what the energies are telling us to do.
Okay. A big thank you again, guys, for all the love in the PayPal tip jar. Ashley and I are going to split those tonight, and it makes a big difference to us being able to do these shows. So a big thank you for the love.
Right.
We really appreciate it.
This is so exciting. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay, so in the past we have our Knight of Pentacles. This is really intense. I love this. I love it. Okay, Knight of Pentacles in the past. It's been a lot of work. We've been going through all the motions, holding the line. You know, we've all been trying to stick.
Hold on a second. Siobhan, JC, birds have been pecking at my window.
I love it.
Okay, sorry, I had to put that
I
in.
love it.
I almost didn't say it. I'm like, oh no, it's gonna sound corny, but I'm like, no, just kept coming in. Just say it, JC. There we go. Okay, go
I
back
love
to your cards. Thank you,
I
Siobhan. I
love
appreciate
it.
that.
Awesome. But yeah, we've all been kind of going through the motions. We are coming to a big ending here. We're coming to a big ending. Wait, where is it? This one. Because this is their message. Just get ready, surrender to the ending, and then stay in our feminine energy. This is our loving energy. This isn't like we have to sit around and like put on Chanel perfume. This is our loving energy. This is our sensitive energy, being in touch with our soul and our energies as well. Two of Cups. This is interesting. I feel like a couple people are going to be meeting somebody significant soon, whether it's like friends, family, our community, which would be great for a lot of us. We're all pretty lonely, right? We've all been kind of segregated and sitting in our houses together, which I love. But I feel like there's some big love energy coming through. So maybe this is a giant collective awakening, which would be actually great. Today's, because it's 11/11, it's a great day to manifest and sit in that loving energy and manifest it for yourself first, and then manifest it for everybody else, which is great because we got some good gifts coming from the universe. And I have a feeling they do have to do with spirituality. So I would get ready. There's going to be some spiritual quantum advancements coming through.
Big changes.
Just stay there. Stay in that love and light. It has more weight than we know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alex says, we love Ashley, JC. Bring her back. Okay, I agree. I agree.
You.
As long as she wants to come back, if you guys show her the love, I'm sure she'll come back. So thank you so much. Man, guys, we'll try to book something else. Ashley, if you want to come back, of course, you're always welcome. I'm absolutely excited to have you on. This is a great show. And I think the more we look at this galactic side of things too, we as humans are being called to step up from our 3D points of views and to really look up at the bigger picture. So I'm really excited to continue having these conversations with you. Absolutely amazing. Well, folks, in the meantime, let me bring this one back up for you guys. This was her link tree that gives you all the addresses here to her social media, but I'll put this in the description box below as soon as I end the video. So there's that right now. And you can also find her here on her YouTube at Ashley Sage Esoterics, and finally on her Instagram at sage.ism. Man, a lot of hard words for me, poor French guy, to say here tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here on this first inaugural episode of Galactic Tarot with Ashley. Merci beaucoup, Ashley. You're absolutely amazing. Love your energy. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Au revoir.
Bye, guys.